My friends, we're days away from summer, can you believe it? And it's the perfect time to think about your fragrance wardrobes for the season. To help you a little bit, I put together 9 beautiful summer daytime fragrances that cover pretty much every scent category that we think of when it comes to hot temperatures and hot climate. So think tea notes, mint, citrus, marine notes. We've got it all here. So I'm sure every person watching will find at least a few options that they will want to try. So as already mentioned, I have 9 fragrances for you today, and I organized them in such a way that we have 3 feminine lean-in fragrances, 3 absolute unisex fragrances, and 3 masculine lean-in ones. Straight to favorites, Fig Tea from Nicolai. Super elegant and refreshing. It's like iced tea and apricot flavored popsicle. Well, this fragrance is actually about a tea note, more specifically about mate with its distinct bitter nuance. This mate is watered down by a delicate pastel fruity veil composed with osmanthus and sweet jasmine. And in case you're not familiar, osmanthus note resembles the smell of velvety skins of peaches or apricots. There's a lot of freedom and air in this fragrance, and when you inhale it, you can almost feel how its musky, fruity floral breeze really cools you down. Fig tea is technically a unisex, but to me personally, it's the smell of a romantic summer dress of a pale orangey color made of this cooling chiffon lightweight fabric that dances with every move. So naturally, based on this description, I categorize it as feminine leaning. From a refreshing osmanthus iced tea to a glass of pear mimosa. Wow, Sparkling Joe gives you the same vibe as a glass of champagne after a wild party. It's vibrant, it's a bubbly perfume that starts with a burst of aldehydes, bergamot, and aromatic juniper berries, the note that is often used in fragrances to create the smell of gin. In heart, it has a fruity, musky accord, and as I already mentioned earlier, the leading fruit in Sparkling Joe is of course the super sweet pear. It's a boozy but lightweight and airy fragrance, and in Sparkling Joe, I personally see a reference to the beloved Baronda from the Somato. However, unlike Baronda, which is a thicker perfume with a whiskey note, with a rose, with a woodsy base, and it's definitely more appropriate for a fall weather, Sparkling Joe is a fresher, muskier, and more ozonic alternative, which is perfect for hot summer. It's my second favorite fragrance from PDM's feminine collection. Meliora delivers a burst of fresh fruitiness built on a light cosmetic body lotion-like foundation. Here, this light floral cosmetic base is constructed by rose and ylang-ylang. But the true character of Meliora lies in this bright fruity accord with red berries and blackcurrant in main roles. Opening of Meliora indeed smells like a basket of freshly picked summer berries. Together with a juicy fruitiness, Natalie Lorson, the nose behind Meliora, also added a splash of cassis that gives this fragrance a very light green undertone. And of course, a super important note in this composition, Lily of the Valley. Lily of the Valley connects the fruity and green top notes with a cosmetic, lotiony base and makes Meliora incredibly fresh and super diffusive. Moving on to the absolute unisex trio, and I'm gonna start us with you or someone like you from Etat Libre d'Orange. It's a portable AC. For real, I always bring it in my beach bag whenever I go hiking, biking, playing tennis outdoors, literally whatever summer activity you can think of. this is a perfect companion. Opening smells like the base of a mojito-like cocktail, so think smashed mint leaves, black currant leaves, and citrus notes. It's not a lime here, but no less vibrant bergamot and grapefruit. You or someone like you is super generous with green notes. Leafy, grassy, crisp, and really cooling. And surprise, surprise, probably the most beautiful part about this fragrance, at least to me, is a slight cosmetic nuance that you hear more towards the dry down. Yes, similar to what we've experienced in Meliora, but here it's made with rose petals and white floral note Hedion. It adds a very delicate-ish, so when you spray it, not only you get that refreshing effect, but also the cosmetic feeling as if you applied a nourishing lotion on your skin right before spraying this fragrance. What does every summer fragrance wardrobe start with? Correct, with a citrus perfume. And for me personally, there is only one citrus fragrance that is worth a big investment, and that is Renaissance from Xerjoff. Yes, it's not a cheapie, but unlike 90% of niche citrus perfumes that will one way or another have an alternative in a mass market segment, this piece here is truly unique. It will give you a phenomenal balanced composition, also phenomenal performance. It's a beast that projects and lasts like no other citrus fragrance. About the composition. Renaissance is a pretty monolith and steady fragrance, so it doesn't change too much over time. So what you get is of course a glossy, juicy Amalfi lemon and bitter petit grain that smells like crushed branches of an orange tree. There is a very light floral block of rose and lily of the valley that plays a huge role as it pretty much balances and softens the vibrance and fizziness of the citruses. Ani X must be the most complex fragrance in today's selection. It has the most expansive pyramid and practically gives you a little bit of everything. There is a fruity side, there is a fresh side, aquatic side, spicy notes, aromatics, vanilla. But to me, it's first and foremost about a combo of fizzy ginger and bergamot, which reminds me of a glossy candy or like a lollipop. The bright and cooling ginger citrusy start is perfectly matched with aquatic accord made by melon and watery notes, and balanced with a much warmer cardamom. The dry down of Ani X is much thicker and sweeter, with vanilla and creamy woodsy nuances. At last, let me introduce my masculine lean-in trio. Salina is the most realistic smell of the beach, not the beach experience that we usually associate with the smell of sunscreen products, fruity refreshing cocktails, and tropical fruits, but rather the natural and organic beach, which is all about the smell of seawater, salt, sand, and salty heated skin. Salina is actually built around those exact notes, super salty, mineral, and also has a balsamic nuance of pine needles and sharp aromatic lavender. Honestly, for how realistic it is to reflect a salty ocean vibe, it won't dry down into a basic ocean breeze room spray type of thing. And in fact, in my opinion, Salina is the art house of the aquatic fragrance department because it's super unique and edgy. Definitely underrated Parfums de Nicolai scent. Galloway. It's a safe, summer choice for a man with a classy and elegant style. So if you're not so much of an experimental type and prefer clean and understandable aesthetic, combined with good quality of course, you'll definitely appreciate this scent. It's a fresh, musky, slightly spicy citrus fragrance, balanced with a charming, powdery undertone. Extremely versatile for practically any daytime, summertime occasion. Well, maybe except sporty activities. I see it as a much more casual, elegant scent. I can't remember another note that remained in top fragrance charts for nearly as long as sandalwood. Santal 33 was launched in 2011, gained mass popularity by the end of the decade, and up until now, brands continue offering their interpretations of this legendary formula. So here is one of my favorite interpretations, which in the context of this episode is a perfect option for a summer daytime scent that actually would be more appropriate for a formal event. So something like a business lunch on a terrace or an outdoor wedding ceremony. Papyrus Moleculair is about cold aromatic suede with a creamy sweet and balsamic undertone. It opens with a burst of sharp black pepper and sweet coriander. And straight from the first few minutes, you will hear the main stars of the show, which are leathery papyrus note married with creamy sandalwood. So these were my hot summer daytime picks. I'm probably gonna leave in Meliora today. No such thing as overspraying. Let me know which fragrances intrigued you the most, or maybe you already have your ultimate AC fragrance, in which case I'm really curious to know which one it is. Don't be shy, show some love, like this video, subscribe to the channel, you know what to do, and I will see you in the next video.